Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So this exercise is actually the last one that we will talk about from section 14.2. This is a topic that was before we were supposed to write the midterm. So I'm just going to finish off with this example by concluding section 14.2. So the question is as follows. Suppose we have a generic production function, which is in terms of capital and labor. So the Q denotes the output of a firm when the input of capital is K and labor is L. Suppose the prices of capital and labor are given as R and W respectively, and that the firm is given by a budget of M. So this M is the monetary value that the firm gets to spend on the two input factors. Solve this problem using the Lagrange's method and interpret the value of the Lagrange multiplier. So when the firm wants to maximize its profit, so the production function is already given in terms of functional forms, and this functional form is highlighted in here. And to make things simpler, they also give you the rental rate of capital as well as the wage rate. So the first thing that we would like to do is to construct the optimization question. So we want to maximize the production function. The production function is in terms of capital and labor, and that is subject to the constraint. So the constraint is the rental rate of capital times the amount of capital used plus the wage times the amount of labor used. And all of them cannot exceed your budget, which is M. So plugging in functional forms and numerical values, we can rewrite this objective function in the following form. So this is our objective function. Now I'm going to construct the Lagrangian function that corresponds to this objective function. So the Lagrangian function consists of the objective function initially plus lambda times the constraint. So the constraint can be written as, actually just to be consistent, I'm going to subtract it. So because this is the method that we've always been using, but it doesn't matter whether you plus the constraint or you subtract it, because at the end of the day, this constraint will give you an amount of 0. So once we constructed the Lagrangian function, we are going to derive the first order conditions. So first, we take it with respect to K. Setting it equal to 0 to find the optimal values of K and L. And we derive the second first order condition. Now we isolate for L and K in both first order conditions. So once we isolate for L, we have this expression, and when we isolate for K, we have this expression. And don't forget the third first order condition is with respect to the parameter lambda. And this always gives you the constraint itself. Now I'm going to use the expression for L and K, equation 1 and 2, and substitute it into equation 3. So then my equation 3 is going to be purely in terms of lambda. I messed up the order. This one should be the 5 lambda over 120. And that equals to m. So simplifying this, we get the expression 20 lambda over 120 m. So further reducing this, we get lambda in terms of m. So that is a 6m. Now we are ready to sub in to equation 1 and equation 2 to calculate for the optimal values of labor and capital. So because this is optimal value, I put a star. And these optimal values of labor and capital are also going to be in terms of m. So meaning that the optimal value depends on the value of m. So the optimal value of labor is roughly 1/10 of the income, and the optimal value of capital is roughly 1/4 of the income. So this is actually the optimal solution to the firm's profit maximization problem. Now, the next thing we want to find out is what is the optimal output? So the optimal output is the optimal capital and labor being substituted into the production function. So sub-in value for the optimal capital and optimal labor, we get the following expression. So we expressed the optimal output as a function of the income. Now we want to interpret the Lagrange value. So notice that if you take the derivative of the production function, with respect to m, which I take the derivative of this, we get 6m. And coincidentally, this equals to the lambda value. So what this lambda value indicates is the following. So to write it out in an English sentence, we have that if m increases, in other words, your income increases by $1, then production increases by 6 units.